Everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel AI Stories by Anjali. In today's video, we are going to see Role of the Week series, and the role that we are going to discuss is ML engineer. So let us dive deep into the video. So what exactly the roles and responsibilities of an ML engineer? Firstly, engineer. Engineer means a person who is designed to solve a specific problem by using his skills that he has learned. So basically, ML engineer means by using machine learning, he need to solve a real world problem. So that is exactly a machine learning engineer does. So what are exactly the roles and responsibilities of machine learning engineer? First, he is primarily responsible for model development. However, we have seen so many machine learning models in practically, that means supervised learning, unsupervised learning. We have seen at least the names of the machine learning models in our previous videos, right? So by using those models, he should develop a particular algorithm, and if possible by using mathematical principles, he can develop some new algorithms for solving the real world problem, so real world scenarios. So that is exactly his role. And he also involves in data preparation and pre-processing and feature engineering and model evaluation and validation, deployment and integration. And what are exactly this means? So data preparation and pre-processing. So basically, whatever the data that a particular company is dealing, so a machine learning engineer is responsible for preparation of those data and pre-processing before applying the machine learning models. And feature engineering. So feature engineering is nothing but we have to select a particular column. For example, in your data set, if there are multiple features, that means multiple attributes, all are not necessarily needed for our analysis. So this will select only a particular feature. So that is about feature engineering. Next, model evaluation and validation. So that means basically it is responsible for evaluating your model. That means assessing your models, nothing but finding some metrics, calculating the metrics of your model which we develop, and validation. So validation is nothing but it's checking the results. And finally, is responsible for deployment and integration, because an engineer is responsible finally delivering an end product, right? So in order to deliver the product, first we should deploy it, and whatever the small parts that we have developed, we need to integrate that. So that is one of the primary roles and responsibilities of ML engineer. And he is responsible for monitoring and maintenance. So not only deploying, he is responsible for the maintenance of that product. And as a whole, in any role, it is responsible for collaboration and communication, because anybody is who is working, they should be very collaborative with their team, and also they need to have a good communication. And as an engineer, he need to develop an end product, so he should be a research oriented and as an innovative person, right? And ethical consideration, I have been mentioning this ethical consideration in all my previous roles too. Why? Because it's all about data field. So data is all nothing but information, so it might contain personal information, and it might contain any information which is so sensitive and which is private. So that should not be leaked, right? So always whenever we are seeking the data, it is important to get the permission, legal permission, from the particular source or organization where we are getting the data. Because whatever the country that you are living, based on the country also there will be some legal laws imposed on the data. So it's always important to consider the ethical consideration, whoever it may be in the data field, whatever the role it may be in the data field. And document and best practices, which is very good practice for every role, because whatever the things that we developed, it is very important to document it. So that is one of the best practice. And these are the roles and responsibilities of ML engineer. And coming to the skills, firstly, as I mentioned, a machine learning engineer is responsible for developing a new product. So for developing the product, he need to know some programming language, and this is a very coding related job. That means you need to be perfect in coding. So programming languages like Python and R are very helpful. And in with respect to coding, you need to have good understanding of libraries and frameworks like TensorFlow, and there are other libraries which are very prominent in this domain, that is PyTorch, Keras, etc. And scikit-learn is one good library. So it is very important to have all these skills very efficiently for an ML engineer, because as I mentioned, he is responsible for designing a product. That means he should and he is also responsible for designing new models, not only using the existing machine learning models, but he is responsible for developing new models too. So that is very important. So always make sure you have strong mathematical and statistics skills, because by using those principles only we are developing in the programming language. So whatever the things that we have developed, it's all related to mathematics, that is linear algebra, calculus, probability, statistics. So always he should have good mathematical knowledge as well as programming knowledge, and he should have knowledge of existing algorithms, because if he understands existing algorithms he could relate those concepts, and by using the existing algorithms he can modify some and can design new algorithms, right? So that is also very important. And data handling, of course an engineer should know end to end, in my perspective. So always make sure he should have the ability to how to handle the data. And as I mentioned, feature engineering, which is very important, because it's very important to handle the data. Whenever you are dealing with data, there will be multiple columns, right? So all the columns may not be important for our analysis. So always make sure feature engineering is one important skill that machine learning engineer should require. And model evaluation, as I mentioned, so he need to he need to know what are the metrics available, which is the best metric to choose, all those things. And software development, of course software development is one primary skill, because if we know about software development life cycle, that is very similar to our data life cycle too, because we're delivering the product, right? So it's good to have that knowledge. And deployment, as I mentioned, he should be deploying as well as maintaining the product which he is delivering, right? So he know how it should deploy, because it's not the same thing like how you deploy software products. Every thing is different, right? There will be similarity, there will be similarity, but the entire process might be similar, but there will be little variations, right? So it's good to have that knowledge, and that is very important skill too. And problem solving, of course problem solving, communication are two common skills that they should have. And continuous learning, of course, not only for this role, for every role, in anything, any job, it's important to have continuous learning. If that is there, then only a person can improve, or a person can develop, and then only a person can cope up with any change. He should be flexible. So that's the primary thing. And ethical awareness is one of the important skill, as I mentioned, because we are dealing with data. Always make sure you need to have some we need to get some ethical permissions, like legal permissions from the source or organization, that where we are getting the things, right? So where we are getting the data. So that is about skills. Next, coming to the pay scale. So from an entry level you can make 80k to 1,20,000 per year, and in mid level you can make 1,20,000 to 1,80,000 per year, and in the senior level you can make 1,80,000 to 2,50,000 per year. And this is one of the very good high coding related job, and also one of the high paying job. So it is very important to have strong coding basics as well as fundamentals with efficient coding, whoever are applying for ML engineer. So this is very proficiency in coding related job. Next, coming to the contract level post, you can get up to $40 to $80 per hour in an entry level, and $80 to $120 per hour in mid level, and in the senior level you can earn up to 200 plus per hour. So this is about contract related pay scale. I hope you got the information related to machine learning engineer, and thank you so much who are subscribed to my YouTube channel. And for the new watchers, please like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also tap the bell icon for latest notifications. Thank you.